this segment we've been talking about how God talks to us. If you remember, we mentioned that we had covered in other segments about our talking with God. But this is God speaking to us, in which you're picking up the qualities now of what our beloved God is like. And it's number 66, verse number 66, on August 1st, 2000, in the Footladder of Notes Divine, which you will find on our website, which is ChristianLaityFoundation.org. And in this one, God now, after speaking of finding peace, of the need for quietness, of stillness, of being able to rest in that blessed, blissful place, of the calm delight that it brings, he now is going to explain what it's like in the human state, in order to encourage you to make comparisons of the human mind and this blessed divine mind of bliss, treasured bliss. And listen as to whether or not is he describing your human mind. And by the way, you can giggle a little about it also, and you can listen to alliteration and poetry, because almost every word in this verse begins with the letter M. Alliteration in poetry. And here he goes. Mope about, mindless one. Mope about, mindless one. Motored morass. Meaningless mind, tuned to strings a jangle. Well, let's take this one apart. Question. Now remember, I've said to you, it's one thing for God to tell you this. It's another thing for you to be willing to look at it and to whether or not you want to ask God's help with it. Has God got you to the point with yourself of seeing the moping quality? We have no answers. We're tired. You remember the statement by Jesus in the New Testament, O ye who are tired and overburdened, let me bring you peace. Tired, overburdened. Is that you? Are you moping about without a mind that can help you? Mope about, mindless one. You can't think. There are no answers. Oh, can that tire us, depress us as well, make us feel badly about ourselves, think that there's something wrong with us that just bothers us. That's where depression comes from. Mope about, mindless one. Have you had it with the moping? Do you have hope that there's some way you can lift out of it? Because this is why God is saying, this is you. This is all of us. This is the human state. The only difference between people, all of us are moping about with a mindless state. But some of us can know it, and others don't even realize it. And they're in worse shape if you don't know it, because you're in a continuous state of suffering with no answers. Do you want to say to God, yes, you've called it right. I feel this moping. I feel that I don't have answers to this. I do indeed see what you're saying. And I ask your help with it. Take me over. My way of praying is, take me over. Become me. I don't want me to be me. I want you to be me, because then I get the godly mind recovered as me with all its joy, contentment, peace, treasured gifts of helping others to recover it as well. Because what I'm healed of, God then uses me to help heal others. And so I would praise it, yeah, I would pray it, yes, I am indeed moping about, and I'm mindless, and I ask help. Motored morass. I'm chugging about in this world, and I'm a mess. I'm a morass. going here, going there, no answers, no answers. Will you call that on yourself? I call it on myself. That's all I am when I'm in my human state, a moated morass, distracted by the world, looking here and there, thinking that this is going to be pleasure and that, and I get tired again. Lord, I'm back. Thank you for reminding me I'm a moated morass. Because when I become aware that I'm moping, that I'm mindless, that I'm a moated morass, the reason that's happening is because God enables me to see it. I wouldn't see it myself, I wouldn't look at it. But God helps me to look at it. Meaningless mind, tuned to strings a jangle. I'm jarred. Everything is mixed up and messed in my mind. Lord, yes, I do have a meaningless mind tuned to strings a jangle. I ask your help. I want to be able to help. I want this to be helped by you. Mixed melancholia. The M's continue. Mixed melancholia midst mountain dunes made of frivolous mounds of twitter. Mixed melancholia, that's depression, of sadness, midst mountain dunes made of frivolous mounds of twitter. That's all this world is, a mound of twitter, frivolous. Can you see it in yourself? That nothing has depth, stability, the ability to make one consistently feel good. Mountain dunes, overwhelmed by it. Lord, yes, these are the wordings. I choose to be able to see this from you. I wouldn't feel this way if it was you who was me. I want your mind as me. I want to recover it because I know your mind is me. It's just that I'm not aware of it and I need to recover that awareness. I walked away and now I'm coming back. Mashed mush of moments mixed in madness. Oh, it gets serious now. Made of thee. God saying, I didn't do this to you. I didn't make this. When you walk away from me, when you make me secondary to you, when you put yourself in the primary place and build a life around what you think and how you feel in that human mind, you are into madness, because God defines madness as not experience your true self, your godly self. If you don't do that, any moment when you deny the realness of who you are and believe that you're somebody who you're not, that's the definition of madness. And God says this is what's going on in the human state. Want to hear a little more of it just to hear all the M's? Why not? Remember, it's number 66. You can look at it yourself. And I'm just going to say them to you now for you to enjoy the sound of them. Mystery of madness made of thee, chock full of weeds, messed about, meaningless globs of mental sounds, mud holes meandering in hoops and loops, meeting moss and floss midst flux. Now a serious part again. If you want to be able to move from it, in his last 9, he states, while all this stuff is made by you, you are saved by grace. That these meaningless gapes, these matters mort, the matters mort dead, are saved by his grace. Do you want that? Would you let him use God's powers and healing absolutely to be able to do for you and with you as you would wish? Well, we're moving on, because if you're saying yes in number 70 of the Footladder of Notes Divine, again, still on August 2nd, 2000, God speaks again to you about praying. I've been waiting. I've been waiting. Notice he didn't say meatball. I'm getting fed up waiting for you. I can't stand what you're doing. You're not going at my speed. Doesn't do this. I've been waiting. Put your ears up. I've been waiting. Put your ears up. He's telling you to begin to listen. And if you're not going to do it now, God will wait again and again and again. I've been waiting. Put your ears up. Decline not what I say. Don't turn away from it. Your happiness is involved in it. Decline not what I say. Make way for truth. Make way for truth, that I may be going with you. That in what you're involved in this world, I'll go with you. I'll show you how to be able to handle every single issue that comes up in your life, pertaining to yourself, to others, your circumstances, living in this world. Let me guide you. Let me direct you. Make way for truth to be able to lead you, that I may be going with you. And he ends it with a cute saying, I seek a tip on your archives, that everything that you have piled up inside you, he wants to sit like the cherry on the ice cream dish, that all that you put down, I just seek a tip. I'll let you go believe what you want. I seek a tip on your archives. I'll be the tip there. I'll help you with that kind of stuff. And the last part that I want to mention in this, he now tells you, if you're going to pray to me, he's going to tell you now what you will not be able to pray and he will not respond to. And that's in number 71. Again, August 2nd, 2000. He states, traffic me not in matters unkind. I will not respond to a prayer in which you ask me to do something that's not loving. Traffic me not, don't ask me to do any kind of matters that are unkind, because I cannot and will not respond to that. I am the God of love. I am not a God of unkindness. Doesn't that make you feel good? That he's neither unkind to you nor anybody else. And he says, realize this. Don't try to do something like that, because it brings you unhappiness. Anytime that you're unkind, it just tells you that you're unaware. You're just unaware. That's all that it is. And I'm just saying to you, traffic me not. He didn't call you a dodo, a meatball, a schlurm. He didn't do anything of that. He just says, don't traffic me in matters unkind. You can't get help in that way. Well, we're going to continue now, again, in this segment on how God speaks to you, and we're going to be speaking further of the various issues that God wants to raise with you in the issue of how God speaks to you, so that you can feel what God is about.